before I begin, I don't know if you all know why I have this mask on. Around my neck. It's because not only am I protecting myself from COVID-19, but it's from the ignorant virus. So whenever I, start talking and I feel as though that the ignorant virus is coming around, I'm gonna have to put this mask back on and talk like this. It's just that plain and simple, because we have a lot of ignorant people around, in society. And it's kind of like really mean and demonic to depopulate the earth and get rid of these ignorant people. But it seems as though at times that that's the only option, because ignorant people help stunt growth. In specific, the black community. You understand? Like we as black people, as a community, we need some of the smartest in our community, in our race, to step up. And the ignorant people need to step the hell back, because that's all you're doing is holding us back. Let me say this, and I'm making it relevant. I remember when I first moved to Charlotte, right? Everywhere I go, I find out, the history of that particular city that I'm moving to, or living in. And I found something rare about Charlotte. I mean, it's really not rare anywhere, that a lot of black people in each of these prominent cities, such as, Raleigh, Charlotte, especially Durham. They call that, Black Wall Street, right? As well, just like in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had the Hayti area, right? But here in Charlotte, you had this place called Brooklyn. And Brooklyn was where all the black people stayed at. Now, true indeed, it wasn't the best in shape, but black people were trying to do the best that they could. At the end of the day, at least they owned their property and they owned their businesses, right? Now, these were businesses and neighborhoods that black people had to build from the ground up. You understand? And they call that area Brooklyn, right? So when I first got here, they still have them, but it wasn't. It got bigger and bigger. What do they call it every year? Juneteenth, right? It got bigger and bigger until they moved it out of the park. I forgot the park that was at. I think it was right off of Monroe Road. They moved it into like off of Central Avenue into that area where it's like, restaurants and little stores and stuff like that, right? So at one point in time, like in early 2010, 11, around that time, it was pretty big. You understand? So I took my family out there. I've been out there like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Every year I go, right? I don't celebrate, the whole thing of the slaves being free, but I celebrate just black unity, black power, and just the whole culture of African culture, right? Because they have, the African dancers out there. They have vendors that selling dashikis, oils, incense, all type of stuff, right? So one particular time I went out there, I was selling my book, right? Never forget it, right? So I'm going to, different people, and they're saying yes or no or whatever. For the most part, I made a decent amount of money. Not a substantial amount of money, but just a decent amount, right? So this one particular older guy that I went up to, I was talking to him, and telling him about my book, and then, started building on the history of Charlotte, because I read up on it, Brooklyn, right? So this man came out of his mouth and was like, yo, I wouldn't want to live there right now. And I was like, well, you don't want to have your own? You just want to continue to just, rent and not own anything, not your own business? You just want to continue to be a consumer? And you know what this man told me? He said, yo, I would much rather live in that white man's community, getting that white dollar, than to be living in that black community called Brooklyn. And it broke my heart, man. It was like, yo, let me be real with you. I never try to threaten anyone, especially on YouTube, because you can get flagged for that. But yo, seriously, he deserved to get, I ain't gonna say it. You understand? But it pissed me off, you know what I'm saying? And then I went to shake his hand, and he didn't really want to shake my hand. I went to go shake his wife's hands, and you know how those old school dudes are. I'm talking about dudes that was in the 60s and 70s, you know what I'm saying? And, they think no different from the white man. They act as though that their wife is their property. So he was like, yo, don't even shake his hand. I was like, I can't even shake your wife's hand like in respect. And shouldn't she have that decision, to make? It was just crazy to me, which leads me to this. So today I'm looking at, and there's no disrespect to the rapper Quavo or Bobby Shmurda, right? But I have to just give this example. So today I'm looking at, this whole celebration of him coming back, and, he didn't snitch, and, he should be compensated or rewarded for him not snitching or whatever. And, they throwing parties for him and all the rest of that stuff. So, Quavo gives him these stacks of money, right? So lo and behold, he goes to, I forgot that thing, the jeweler, not Jacob the jeweler, but it's one, they got one in Atlanta and they have one in New York. So he goes to the one in New York, the jewelry and everything, and the guy is showing him the jewelry or whatever have you. He's saying, yo, you don't have to pay for such and such and such. Even, see, I'm peeping the game, so I know why he can't pay, he don't have to pay for it. It's because it's free advertising. You know what I'm saying? If somebody sees Bobby Shmurda with this specific watch on, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna actually ask where he got it from. And then Bobby Shmurda, of course, as well as other black people, millions of black people do, they're gonna tell you where they got it from, and then that person's gonna go and patronize that business, right? So he's like, with this piece you got to pay for this and that and so forth. So what I gathered out of that, let me get this right. Quavo being a good friend, you know what I'm saying, and I understand that the age comes in, where there's not enough wisdom bestowed on these youngins, especially people such as my age that really don't go back into the community and teach these youngins. But let's just, for the sake of the conversation, he's in, I think Quavo got to be at least 27, 26, 27, 28, right? Bobby Shmurda about around that age too, right? So here we have a bond, a friendship, and Quavo feels as though that he's given, Bobby Shmurda all of this money in order to, get him back to his regular life. Not thinking and saying, you know what, let me give Bobby Shmurda a business so he can continue to make money. Instead, he gives him cash knowing that this man is going to go blow it. And this is what bothers me as far as dealing with the black community, because we are finite beings, but we always have an infinite thought of consumerism. And what I mean by that is we pass down from generation to the next, to the next, to the next, how to patronize business, how to consume, but never do we take the time out to teach our children how to own businesses. You see what I'm saying? And this is the reason why you don't see black-owned businesses in black neighborhoods. You'll see the Chinaman that has the Chinese food restaurant, the Italian that has the Italian pizzas, the Koreans that have the beauty supply store, and the East Indians as well, and the Koreans that do nails. And this is what bugs me out. We're nothing but consumers, and people love that. Other races love that because they make tons and tons of money off of us. I said this years ago, and I said it as of recent. Yo, I used to be at this in front of this beauty supply store and this Chinese food restaurant, right? Off of Poole Road in Raleigh, North Carolina. For those that live in Raleigh, North Carolina, is familiar with Poole Road, right? That little area right there. And nothing but black people used to go in there to eat Chinese food and to buy their, beauty supplies, whether it's weave, grease, flip-flops, you name it, they had it in there, right? And, I made money in that area. And they wanted me to be there. You want to know why? Because they looked at it like, you know what? If he's there, nobody wouldn't rob us. That's the first thing. The second thing is, Miss Cora would come out. Well, I would go inside her store, and we would have these conversations, these powwows. Now here it is, a Korean lady, older lady, talking to a younger man, black man, right? And ultimately, she was a nice person. But I would have to say this, to be honest with you, I would definitely have to choose sides and choose the black side, because she was doing nothing but taking money out of the community. That plain and simple. And you know what? She was able to send her children off to college all for the money that she made off of black people. And this is the point that I'm making. Whether you are now, don't get it twisted. I am not into to being a racist. You know, I'm not prejudiced or nothing like that. Well, we all prejudge. Let me just get that situated. I prejudge whether you're white, black, Mexican, or whatever. That's just for my safety net, right? But for the most part, I try to treat everybody equally. So I will patronize any type of business, regardless of what race it is, right? But at the end of the day, black people will always be consumers. And there'll always be white-owned businesses, Chinese businesses, Mexican businesses, Italian businesses. And the average black person is going to say, well, you can't tell me what to do with my money. I can do what I want to do. Yeah, but then you'll turn around and bitch and complain why you ain't have no money. Why you broke? Because you keep on practicing consumerism. And now blacks are catching up slowly but surely, and they say this bullshit like, well, we spend $1.1 trillion a year. Like, is that you're saying something? You're not saying anything. You're making everybody filthy goddamn rich. While you are vacationing, I know this, while you're vacationing in the West Indies, areas such as islands such as Nevis and St. Kitts, the Chinaman is buying that up. The white man is buying that up. While you're vacationing in Africa, the Chinaman is buying that up. They're owning properties, lands in that area. And it's just bugged me out when I saw that with the whole thing of Bobby Shmurda and Quavo. He giving them this large amount of cash and not buildings, like apartment buildings, where he can continue to make us a source of revenue per month. I would much rather, if I got out of jail and let's say, for example, Pretty Ricky, right? He had money, right? And he was like, yo, man, I know you need to get off your feet, or whatever. I know, you need to get things in perspective. I could give you $100,000 right now and, I'll help you out. Nah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that apartment complex right there. If you can get me that, I'm good. This is the thing, man. And it pisses me off about black people. Black people don't think long term. We think short term, and that's our problem. And this is the reason why I'm telling you, listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna pause for a minute. I'm gonna give you time to sit down, shut the hell up, and listen to what I'm saying. I don't care whether you're saying, oh, he's too preachy, or he's teaching, and this and that and so forth, and I'm sensitive. Shut up and listen. Listen. I'm gonna pause for a second so you can sit down and take the time out to listen to this. Are you ready? The reason why other races call us slaves and monkeys, and that we ain't shit, and all the rest of that, it's not what you think. It's not. What it is the obvious. That we don't want to have shit for ourselves. We just want to be consumers. And let me tell you something. As long as you keep on buying that weed from the Koreans, they're going to keep on providing it. As long as you keep on buying those Italian ices and pizzas from the Italians, they're going to keep on providing it. As long as you keep on going to those corner stores and fucking with those East Arabs, they're going to keep on providing you with Old English, OE, Magdor 2020, liquid crack called Cisco, canned items. You name it. Swedish fish. You name it. Wise potato chips, salt and vinegar, lottery tickets. You name it. Stop the bullshit, black people. Stop doing that lottery shit. Don't they show you on the news, on the commercials? Don't you read the small print? You don't even have to read it. They say it. And you have a 1.3 million chance of winning the lottery. 1 out of 1.3 million chances. Why not take that money, right? That you bought that lottery ticket with. Let's say, for example, you bought 5 lottery tickets and it cost you $5. Why not keep that $5? Then keep the next $5. Keep the next $5. Do that shit for like 2 years. Stack $5. I know I used to do that. I still do. If I can't deposit You know what's so funny, man? Some of y'all don't realize that you can go to an ATM machine and put $1 in the ATM. You could deposit $1. I know, because I used to do it until it got to the point where I was depositing $300 to $400. So there's no excuses. It's just not. This is 2021, and the internet is here. Think of a product. Think of something that people need. Most people, let me tell you something. It's not just black people. Most people are lazy as shit. And what do we call modernized laziness? Y'all gonna learn today, man. Y'all are gonna see just how fortunate you are to have me tonight. What do you call modernized laziness? Convenience. Everybody wants convenience. Find something that is convenient to people in general, and you'll sell out. You'll sell out. Now everybody has curbside. It's a convenience. Harris Teeter, these different grocery stores provide a service that you have to pay monthly. Curbside, where all you got to do is drive up, boom. Somebody come up, somebody will pick out your groceries in the grocery store. They'll drive right up, take the groceries, pull up to your car, they'll scan your card or whatever to pay for it, and then put your groceries inside the car. That's what I call convenience. That's modernized laziness. Call convenience. Come up with something like that, and I guarantee you'll be a millionaire overnight. Stop being lazy, black people. You have the capabilities of being great. I know that, and I see remnants of that in a lot of black people. It's just that what it is that I'm dropping a jewel. Pick it up. What it is that we're so talented, so creative, and so smart to the point we want to skip hard work. Let me tell you something. Allen Iverson is one of the greatest basketball players on the planet, but guess what? He hardly ever fucking practiced, and that shit bit him in the ass at the end. He hardly came to practice, and that caused disunity in his team. And not only that, he could have been far more greater than what he was. Because what makes you great, what makes LeBron great, what makes Jay-Z great is consistency. This is the reason why I can get on this camera right now and say what I'm saying, and I did not have to rehearse, because it's easy to me now. I've been doing videos back to back. Listen to this, back to back for damn near a year on both channels every day. And I can tell you that I stopped writing things on paper and stopped putting sticky things up on the wall to memorize what I'm saying 2 years ago. More than that. So consistency is key. That plain and simple. And if you fall down, get back up. That plain and simple. And these are the videos that I want to do. Instead of doing a video about Tekashi 6ix9ine or Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B. These are the videos that I really want to do, because these are the videos that you can really learn something from, that you can be inspired and motivated to improve your life. Other than that, man, I'm about to get off of here, man. I got a lot of great things to accomplish, and I hope you all will ride along with me. I'm coming out with this book this year, and I want to see just how far y'all gonna support me. Don't let me down, because I've never let you all down, ever, and I won't. My name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video. Peace.